Welcome back to Punch Up My Shot, where we take an uninteresting, bland, animated shot that I did and see if we can make it any better. This is what we're working with today. We have a basic pointing animation. Right, it's clear what he's doing, but it's boring, it's uninteresting. Let's see what we can do. The first problem I see is there's no ease on this movement. It's very robotic. So let's go in here and start off with a 40 ease in and ease out on either side. So let's play this. Right, and already that looks a little bit better. Neat trick, I learned this from one of my supervisors at the studio I'm working at. This movement is still kind of fast, and I want the ease to kind of be more apparent. So what we can do is, I'll go here on my upper and lower body. I'll keyframe like 1 or 2 frames on either side, and then we can plus everything once, and now we have even more of an apparent ease, and that looks even better. Watching it now looks good, but I think we need some anticipation before he does the point. This is what I kind of like to do. If I have an ease like this, I'll go to like the 3rd frame. I'll go to like the 3rd keyframe, and that's where I'll put my anticipation. So here, I'll bring his whole, we'll cheat a little bit. I'll bring his whole body slightly back. Let's go to his head. Tilt his head back a little bit. Let's move that hair. And what I really like to do is, on the anticipation, I'll let him blink. So I'll knock his eyebrows down, because they'll come down and then they'll come up again, which I think will look very nice. So let's go like this. The lower eyelids, I don't know why, but they're actually turned off by default in this rig. It's kind of annoying. I wish I would have done just drawing substitutions instead, but whatever. So let's make him blink. Here, let's layer this nose. Go from here to here. It's looking okay. Let's move this arm back more. Move this arm back. And maybe let's try and bend his knees just a little bit. So let's bring him down. Let's bring him down. And let's bend his knees just a little bit. So if we play this, already that is looking great. Okay, let's add keyframe here. 2 things now. What I'm going to do is add a little bit more ease in to the pose. So I just need to keyframe this, and then I'll use that same trick. I'll plus these 2 over, and now it eases in a little bit more. And I think what we're going to do is offset these arms so everything doesn't stop at the same time. Let's go to the arm layer on the timeline. We're going to keep these tweens, and we're just going to drag it 2 frames over. There you go. That's it. That's all you need. It's very, very subtle, but it loosens up the animation a bit. So I'm happy with how this looks. What we can do now, actually, is increase the ease a little bit more on just the arm, so it's delayed even more. And we can see how this looks. Let's see. Yeah, that looks better. I like that. Now, the overall shot is done, but now what is left to do is go in and see how things are popping out of place. You see the cuff there. Maybe we can smooth out some of the arcs of the hands. So small little tweaks is all we have to do now. What I like to do here is I'll select my whole animation, press O and go to the master peg. I'll select these keyframes and I'll press this button. I'm going to convert everything to 2s. So if we press OK, no more tweens in the middle, and this just makes it a little bit easier to clean up and fix all that popping. So here we'll probably keep this guy behind. There you go. So as the arm comes up, let's select the wrist. Let's drag it a little bit down. Drag it a little bit down. Let's actually go to the hand layer. We'll give a little bit of settle to the hand. We can tween this, and using that same technique, we'll just increase the increase the ease on the hand, so it settles pretty nice. Very subtle, but it adds a lot. So I think the last thing we need to do is fix the eyes. So as he blinks, that's the one thing I don't like about these eyelids. I think I'm just going to change them eventually in this rig. We'll position them so they look a little bit nicer. We don't need this, we'll just have them open on this frame. Get rid of those, get rid of those, and we can just delete these eyelid keyframes. Let's press play, and we should have a finished pointing animation. So this was actually a lot of fun. I loved how it turned out. If you wanted to too, if you really wanted to get fancy, you could add some secondary action in the hair, but we don't really need to do that because it's not that big of a movement. We can get away with it. You can actually download this rig for free. I'll leave the link in the description. I'd love to see what animations you create with this guy. That's it for now. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see everybody in the next video. Happy animating.